Hi there and welcome back to the UBG. Full disclosure before I get this video going, I have not slept in about 18-19 hours as of the recording of this video. So I'm a little hyper and on edge because of that instead of being a dead ass zombie and just being exhausted. No, I had a lot of caffeine. I haven't had food in a little while, and but here I am instead of eating and instead of trying to get some rest. Here I am recording a video about basically my reactions. And I hate reaction videos, but I just wanted to get my thoughts out there regarding the brand new, just announced Pokemon Sword and Shield. And right off the bat, Pokemon Sword and Shield. Wow, what names for the newest two names in the newest generation of main Pokemon games, right? They could have done something completely stupid. They could have done something way worse than Pokemon Sword and Shield. I mean, come on. I have been a Skyrim fan for years, and I've always, just in general, been a big fan of anything that's set in medieval times, you know, with knights and swords and riding horses and that kind of thing, and archers. So Pokemon Sword and Shield, right off the bat, I just want to say, excellent names, badass, no complaints there. The logos, too, were pretty awesome, if you've seen them, if you saw it direct, or if you see it after this video. You can see that it's red. There's red and blue, of course, because there's always got to be color distinctions. And both logos feature a sword and a shield. And on top of each logo, they have what looks like the head of a wolf of some kind, which could be a reference to possibly the legendaries that are going to appear in this game. And I was just telling some of my relatives just a couple of days ago that legendaries, I remember the days, well, me and them, we remember the days in which being a legendary Pokemon actually meant something, and now there's all these generations later, there's so many legendaries, and the term just lost its power, it lost its purpose. Legendary Pokemon just stopped being special a long time ago. So these are gonna be special, but that doesn't mean that their designs are gonna be cool. It doesn't mean that whatever backstory they get or whatever story they help tell in these new Pokemon games won't be good. Although storytelling has never really been the strong point of the main Pokemon games, right? The whole tiny little slides that they gave us was a total of about 7 minutes of you know, the executives of Nintendo talking and giving us little details. So they didn't tell us much. It's just the typical announcement that they've given in past generations, in which they say, "Hey guys, there's new Pokemon games coming in the not too distant future. So get excited! It's the beginning of the year." They did this. I'll never forget how when they did it for Pokemon X and Y, because those games are probably that was the first time that I paid close attention to game news. I was really into game news back then, and that was the first time that I paid really close attention to any sort of big Pokemon announcement. Before that, I just knew that, hey, as a kid growing up, I just remember knowing that, hey, I know that there's a new set of main Pokemon games every couple of years, but I would never actually read the news or watch videos because as a kid, believe it or not, I'm not that old, I didn't always have access to internet, and I got into the internet kind of late compared to a lot of people out there, especially the ones that are older than I am. So for me, it was just, there's a new set of games in the series every couple of years, and I was happy. I didn't need to know that when they were going to release. I didn't follow it, and I just eventually got around to playing them when I did. And that was the last time in the reveal of Pokemon X and Y when I feel like I got really pumped up for some Pokemon games, because I played the hell out of Y. I have over 700 hours in that game, and that's kind of crazy considering the fact that I never really, I tried to get into competitive playing, but I'm just garbage in general at anything strategy when it comes to video games and life. So I tried a handful of times. I couldn't get into it. It was too difficult for me. I'm just not good at it. But still, that's a lot of hours. And then Sun and Moon came along, and didn't spend as many hours with those. Although they were good games, it's just that if you're not into competitive multiplayer, there really wasn't anything left for you to do after Sun and Moon. I didn't play Ultra Sun and Moon, so I don't know how those games are, but I didn't hear too many great things about them. Anyway, coming back, because this isn't scripted, I just thought, hey, I got a little bit excited watching the short direct. I thought I would get the tripod and put my tablet here and record a quick video for the channel. But back to Sword and Shield. I mean, the logos, the names, again, great. And then they showed us the starters one by one in this little cinematic video that they did. And at first I didn't realize that they were the starters, but then the first one showed up, and then they showed the second one, and then by the time they showed the third, I thought, wait a minute, they only showed 3. Does that mean those Pokemon we just saw are the starters? And sure enough, that's what they are. I already forgot their names except for the grass starter, I believe his name was Grookey, and then there was the white bunny looking one that something bunny. I just called it Bugs Bunny, even though they look nothing alike. I'm funny. No, I'm not. And there was the other one, which looked like a little blue gumdrop. They're all adorable, for sure, as new starters always tend to be when it comes to the Pokemon games. And aren't you just excited, just like I am, for all the bitching and kvetching that we're gonna witness regarding the designs of the new starters, and all the people that hate them, and all the people that love them that are gonna get into internet fights with all the people that hate them because, oh my god, no, they're not running out of ideas and they're just as creative as they've always been and they've made hundreds. What do you want? I mean, I personally, I'm not terribly hyped, impressed with the design of the new starters, but I've grown to just accept the new starters as they come. I don't hate it when they introduce us to the new ones. I don't hate it when they introduce us to a new generation and there's new Pokemon, because at the end of the day, hey, Pokemon's still going quite strong after all these years, and I'm just happy that we're getting more Pokemon. So outside of the names and the logos and the starters, they didn't really give us any more information than that. They just said coming late 2019, which is what they've been doing again, I think, for every generation. They announced the games like 10 or 11 months before they actually launch, because, you know, they give us all that time to build up the excitement and the hype, so that when the time comes that they actually release, everybody's got their wallet and their money ready, and they're out there at the GameStops and the EB Games, and God knows if you're not in the US or North America, if you're somewhere else, I don't know what stores you make lines for outside of the buildings, but you know what I mean. Wait, actually, no, that's not about it. Again, I've got no script. I'm just rambling because of the thoughts that I have. But there is one more thing. The moment the actual trailer showing up, you know, the new region that we're going to explore, Galar, what was that the name? I don't have any notes in front of me or anything. I believe that was the name. But the moment they started showing some of the landscape, the first thing I thought was, okay, wow, this it's impressive to see a Pokemon game look like this. I know that Pokemon Let's Go, Eevee, and Pikachu are graphically, impressive for Pokemon games. They looked really slick and clean and colorful and polished, but I didn't play those. I don't have those. I don't plan on getting those, so those don't matter to me. But that was the first thing I thought. I was, oh wow, okay, this looks good. And then my second thought immediately after that was, it looks good, but it also kind of reminds me of Fortnite, and I'm a new Fortnite player. I only got into that fucking game for like 2 months ago, so that's new to me. But I just thought like the cell shaded and lots of greens everywhere kind of reminded me of Fortnite. Don't hate me. I'm not saying that the games are gonna be anything like Fortnite, because obviously that just be something stupid to say. I just found it funny that I thought that while I was watching a reveal, a trailer reveal for a new set of Pokemon games. But that's about it for my thoughts regarding this brief little reveal for the next generation games. So now I'll just end this video by asking, what do you think of the new logos and the new set of names for the new Pokemon games? What do you think of the design of the starters? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Because that's a discussion that we're gonna have, that we've had since day one, and that we will continue to have with every generation of Pokemon games until humanity ends, because I don't see Pokemon games stopping anytime soon. Not with all the money they make, since we love those games and everybody buys the plushies and the action figures and the backpacks and the blankets and the socks and the sweaters and the everything. Pokemon has always been everywhere. So yes, thank you for watching, and leave your feedback with a comment or two. That'd be greatly appreciated. With all that said, I guess I'll catch you in the next one. I'm breaking my back just to know your name, but heaven ain't close in a place like this.